Hey everyone, welcome back to Story Voyage. Today we have another gripping story that's sure to leave you speechless. Imagine thinking your life is perfect, only to come home and discover a betrayal that changes everything. This story of love, lies, and shocking revelations will keep you hooked until the very end. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. My cheating wife happily returned from a date with her lover and was horrified when she saw Part 3. I stood in the doorway of our house, my heart still racing from the conversation I'd had earlier. The walls seemed to close in on me as I thought about everything that had happened. My wife, Amy, had been on a date with her lover, not even bothering to hide it anymore. And when she came home, expecting everything to be as usual, the look on her face when she saw what was waiting for her was nothing short of priceless. But as much as I enjoyed seeing her horror unfold, this wasn't over. I knew this had to end in a way that would make her understand the full weight of what she had done. But I wasn't just thinking about revenge anymore. I needed closure, not just for me, but for the life I had worked so hard to build. The next morning, Amy was quiet, barely making eye contact. I could see the guilt, the fear, and the confusion battling on her face, but she didn't say a word. It's funny how people react when their entire life starts crumbling in front of them. I had seen it in my job many times, people clutching to whatever fragile hope they had left. But here in my own home, it was surreal. While she was in the shower, I went through her phone again. I had already seen enough, but something told me there was more. Sure enough, her lover, Brad, had sent her another message. He was growing impatient, frustrated with her for not responding. Amy, what's going on? You said you'd be free by now. Don't keep me waiting, typical. Instead of replying, I blocked his number. Then I went a step further. I erased her messages, her entire chat history with him. A clean slate, just like the one I was about to create for myself. I had already contacted my lawyer a few days ago, quietly setting up the groundwork for a divorce. Everything was moving faster than I thought it would. As it turns out, a well-organized man can untangle the web of a marriage much faster than a cheating wife can plan her deceit. I left the house that afternoon and went to see Brad. Brad was younger, more impulsive, and naive enough to think that Amy would leave me for him. When I arrived at the small coffee shop where he was supposed to meet her, his eyes lit up when he saw someone approaching. But the moment he realized it was me, the excitement drained from his face. He fumbled for his phone, clearly thinking Amy had set him up, but I raised my hand. Don't bother, I said calmly, sitting down across from him. Amy won't be joining us. His face hardened, trying to act tough, but I could see the cracks forming. What do you want? I leaned back in my chair, not breaking eye contact. It's over, Brad. I know about everything. But this isn't about you. This is about what happens next. What do you mean? He stammered, looking around nervously as if someone was watching. I mean, Amy won't be loyal to you either. If she can lie to her husband, the man she's been with for years, do you think she'll be any different with you? People like her never change. So I suggest you walk away before you get burned. I watched as doubt and fear flashed across his face. Deep down, he knew I was right. Brad was just another casualty of her games, another pawn in a much bigger mess. But he didn't have the backbone to fight it. Without another word, I stood up and left him sitting there, his ego shattered. Back at home, Amy was waiting, dressed up and ready to talk. We need to discuss what happened, she started, her voice shaking with a mix of desperation and anxiety. I made a mistake, but we can fix this. I let out a short, bitter laugh. A mistake? You don't get to call it a mistake when you've been lying for months, maybe even longer. This wasn't a single moment of weakness, Amy. This was planned. This was betrayal. Her eyes welled up with tears. But I love you. I don't want to lose you. I messed up, I know. But we can get through this. We've been through worse. The audacity. I couldn't believe the words coming out of her mouth. I stared at her, not recognizing the woman standing in front of me. Maybe I never truly knew her. I've already filed for divorce, I said calmly. Her face turned pale and she took a step back, the reality finally hitting her. No, please, you can't do this. We can fix this. I promise I'll do anything. I shook my head. It's too late, Amy. You made your choice. Now it's time for me to make mine. She broke down then, crying uncontrollably, begging for forgiveness. But I had none left to give. I walked past her and out the door, leaving behind the life I had once believed was real. There was no going back. But as I stepped into the cool evening air, I felt lighter. For the first time in what felt like forever, I was free. And I knew this was just the beginning of a new chapter, one where it wouldn't be defined by her betrayal, but by the strength I found after it. Thanks for watching today's story. If it kept you on the edge of your seat, make sure to like and subscribe to Story Voyage for more incredible tales just like this. What would you have done in this situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the stories that move us all.